But we learn in the Course in Miracles that God knows we have done nothing wrong. It does not mean that in space and time we have done nothing wrong. Of course, in space and time we are using the wrong mind. But God knows that His children are asleep. They are dreaming. They are asleep. That's all. This is why in His eyes we are innocent. Because in truth we never separated from Him, and He knows that. We're just going through a dream stage, and He knows that. So when we read that we are innocent, some people tell me, "Oh, you go and tell that to the worst criminal in the world, he'll be very happy. He'll just go on murdering more people." That's a misunderstanding of the sentence. We are innocent because we never left our loving source. That's why we are innocent. In that sense, only in that sense. Okay? Let's see what's next here. Quote, "Here was perception born, for knowledge could not cause such insane thoughts." The Course refers to knowledge as our unified thought system. Okay? And then perception is when we separate it. Alright? So knowledge comes from light, is unified, and perception is split. So here is when perception was born, of course. That was caused, all the thoughts, negative thoughts, because knowledge, which is love and light, cannot be the cause of darkness. Okay, now let me quote another sentence again. "But eyes deceive, and ears hear falsely. Now mistakes became quite possible, for certainty has gone." So we only make mistakes when we have the thoughts of darkness. Ladies and gentlemen, cheer up. You will understand every time we make mistakes. We are using the wrong part of our mind, and we are allowing the thoughts of darkness to take over. Okay? The same thing with the eyes. Same thing with the eyes. You can see in everybody's actions, or even in your own actions, something nasty. You can only see the nastiness, the bad thoughts, the bad events, the bad actions, or you can see in those actions a call for the light to help. This duality is what we are here on earth for. We are here to learn how to handle this duality. We have not yet learned that. Just think of yourselves when we start walking. You don't walk with just one foot. You start with one foot, and then what happens? You fall, and then you start with the other. You have to learn how to balance yourself. This is the same thing. So far, most of us have only learned to walk with one foot. We are constantly falling. Which means that so far, most of us have learned only to walk, only to use the wrong part of our minds. Now we are on the verge of learning how to use the right part of our minds also, so that we can balance our lives. Okay? Don't be discouraged. Alright? I don't want anybody to be discouraged, because I'm reading such beautiful sentences. Alright. Now, quote, "The mechanism of illusion has been born instead of truth, I must add. See, what we did with all the thoughts of separations is to build up in our minds the mechanism of illusions as separated from, obviously, truth. Okay? And now they go to find what has been given them to seek. We're looking for illusions, we find them. We made illusions, we find illusions. Brings me back to the sentences that I mentioned here many times. What you put up there, you get back. And now they go to find what has been given them to seek. Okay. Their aim is to fulfill the purpose which the world was made to witness and made real, and make real. The aim of our wrong minds, the name of our lower, cheap little self, is just to keep us here witnessing. We are all witnessing what? Separation. We are all witnessing hate, different bodies, stress, pain, sickness. This is all to confirm and to make sure that we are trapped, and we constantly convincing ourselves there is no way out of this mess. And we make it real because the more pain we feel, the more real it seems. And those of us who have had pains know what we're talking about. They see in its illusions but a solid base where truth exists, upheld apart from lies. Yet everything they report is but illusion, which is kept apart from truth. What a confusion here. What we've done, ladies and gentlemen, is to reverse our thoughts from peace to hell. And then we're here to confirm that we are in hell. That's what the sentence is about. We reversed our thoughts from truth to illusions. And the more pain we have, the more sick we are, the more we confirm to ourselves and to others that this is it. Eternal mess. It's not true. It will not last. Please make sure that you understand that this world is not eternal. Only you are, and I. Only we, as loving thoughts, are eternal. Okay? Let us say here, a sight was made to let away from truth. It can be redirected. How beautiful! How beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. The eyes. We invented these eyes to keep us away from truth. The more we look at each other, the more we see what? Difference, bodies, ugliness. But yet, it says here, that sight can be redirected. So that we do not see just the body form, but we see the loving light and the purpose for all of us to be here. To love and to cherish each other. Don't worry if you know enough people who don't love each other. You do your job. I try and do mine. Hear the voice for the loving light. Hear his voice alone in all that speaks to you. And let him give you peace and certainty which you have thrown away. But heaven has preserved for you in him. End quote. Now let me remind you, dear friends, let me remind you that heaven is not up there, is not a place separated from you or me or anybody. Heaven is here, now, at this moment, in everybody's mind. So when it says here that in you is heaven, it means that that's the way it is. You can remember this now and stop the pain, whatever the pain is. All right? Let us not rest content until the world has joined our changed perception. Of course, the world joins right away, because the world is nothing. We change our perception and the world changes. Let us not be satisfied until forgiveness has been made complete. And let us not attempt to change our function. We must save the world. Unquote. Careful here. Very careful. We know enough people who are out there, they want to save the world. But where are they starting? They want to save the world, but they have terrible demonstrations by which they kill each other. You save the world here. Here is where it starts. For we, I'm quoting again the last sentence. For we who made the world must behold it through the eyes of Christ, the divine light, and that what was made to die can be restored to everlasting life. Who is going to be restored to everlasting life? You, I, all of us. All right? The world was made as an attack on you, on me, on God, on everybody. But we can correct that. We can do it. We will do it. Please? All right? Friends, be happy. Be happy. Thank you very much, dear friends. Goodbye.